What's up? What's up, people? We have to salute to Tyrese. We gotta salute. Man, RIP to that Achilles. We ain't see it happening, Hugh. We didn't see it happening.
Forget all that.
He had OKC. I had Pacers.
It's a dollar player.
That dollar should void out.
Absolutely not.
It should void out, and I'm going to tell you guys why.
Nope.
OKC is the champions, 103-91. Cut the music. They won by 12, bro. And
it was the biggest 12 ever.
Tyrese Haliburton was injured. If he play, they win. They won by number one. You go up halftime. You go up halftime. You're with Tyrese being like, all right, let's start the game. First quarter, we always wonder if Tyrese's going to be aggressive. Is he going to be aggressive? He's going to be aggressive. He came out and hit 3 threes, shot about 4 or 5 of them, taking it to the hole. So if he don't get injured, he's going to probably finish with 12 points in the first quarter. He had 9, Hugh. He showed he was aggressive. OKC was in trouble. When he went out, you take all the emotions, everything, and they still was up 1 point in the first half and halftime. You go third quarter, OKC finally look like they gonna pull away. Towards the end of the game, Pacers capping in and only lose by 12 without Tyrese because they didn't have. It changed everything. They was able to just take Siakam out of the game. TJ did everything he could. With Tyrese still in the game, tell me I'm wrong. They win this game.
Which one's my camera? Is this right here or right here?
That's your camera.
Up here? Okay. Man, forget all that. That has nothing to do with my dolly. Because I won, player, and forget this game. Not voiding my ass. So, you're not wrong. You're not wrong what you're saying. This game was totally voided in the first quarter. It didn't matter after the first quarter. Once Haliburton went down off of, it looks like a Achilles, unfortunately, to the homie. You know what I'm saying? He down and out, man. It was concluded to be OKC to win. And yeah, they gave up a fight, but that fight don't matter, bro. I don't care how much they lost by. That they lost what by? You say 12? That was the biggest 12 of all. That was the biggest 12 of all season. They basically cruised. They knew they was gonna win. OKC knew that they was going to win. So none of that matters, bro. Once Haliburton went down, this game became irrelevant. Unfortunately, it became irrelevant, and unfortunately, it didn't give us the game 7 that we was all looking for, and that was the only thing. Besides Haliburton, us as the fans, we lost. We got robbed at this game 7, and yeah, OKC won. They didn't really have that burner behind them. They didn't really have the scare because even when the Pacers, they kept it close in that first half. What I was telling you, I was like, man, none of this matters, bro. It don't matter, yo, because it's like y'all gotta excuse the bugs, you know what I'm saying, is out here.
Y'all gonna see them.
Yeah, y'all gonna see them. But I was telling you, it didn't matter because they just gonna try to keep it close just off of momentum. They want to do it for Haliburton just off of pride alone. So shout out to them because they was doing it off of pride alone. But it didn't matter because I was like, yo, OKC is going to go on a run. They're going to go on a stretch. If they can't survive that, it's a wrap and they're going to go blew out. I think they went up as close as 22, but their efforts and their pride got them to 12, almost close to single digits. But none of that matters. We all knew that OKC was going to win. He was going to have to give me on 99 cents plus 1.
Yeah. Once he went out, the game just took it's like we built up for game 7. Everybody loved game 7. You want a thriller. You want a heavyweight fight. You want it just to be entertaining. You want to see the best of the best on both sides. And soon as he went, like, the game started 10 out of 10, what we wanted, because we wanted the Pacers to start off on fire to shock OKC, and OKC having to respond. That's what you want. Nobody wanted OKC to just pull away. And you wanted Tyrese Haliburton to show that he's him and start early and start aggressive, which he did. Soon as he went out, it's like, this game is over.
Yeah, it's over. So the under all went. Since we on the unders, you gonna show the people what we won today?
Yeah, we won some plays.
We won some money, yo.
So the good thing about the plays I did today, we have a few good things. The first good thing is I didn't have Tyrese on a lot of plays.
He's not really bettable, you guys. So we don't really count for him that much.
So that was a good move by myself. The first play that I posted, the number one first play, because people going to be like, man, I ain't win nothing today. The first play I posted was a plus 263. I said, use my boost on this. I love it. People came in the last live, Hugh, and they asked, what's the number one play that you like the most? I showed them this play, and I broke it down and went to Outlier and showed them why. And that's the play that hit. After that, we had rebounds. Plus 119. All rebounds. I said you could take TJ away. Everybody did their job. Plus, easy, no sweat needed. Get that money. Then we went to points. Hugh, this was a second play posted. People gonna say, oh my God, I didn't see the play. So you had the first one, then you had the second one.
If you would have came into the video really early and paid attention, y'all would have had it.
Y'all would have had it. Minus 118 on the scene. We got SGA. Everybody did their job, Hugh. We had Dort and Neesmith. Both got their threes. Cashed it.
Neesmith got there right on time.
Man.
My goodness.
Yeah, it was a tough one, dog. So I didn't check my other books to see what we did,
we'll
but
eventually get there.
A lot of plays I noticed that got cooked because of Pascal. Pascal killed a lot of my live plays, a lot of my plays, and also we need to talk about Obi Toppin, bro.
Obi Toppin be popping. Okay, so
we need to talk about it.
Even before we go to Obi Toppin, let me go to this Haliburton situation a little bit more. He showed his value not being there as far as the ball handler, because once he got out the game, they started pressing and they could barely get past half court. So it was just like, yeah, he might not had his value as far as scoring, but just as far as ball handling and getting the plays that the coach probably be going off, it was super valuable.
Yes, that's amazing take, because we see Haliburton scoring 6 points and we like, bro, you bummed up and needs to be aggressive. We didn't think of how hard the simple things are of getting across half court.
It's simple.
Because TJ McConnell been balling out, but when you press him, he ain't no big ball handler like that, turning the ball over. So that he definitely did show his value of not having another straight ball handler and decision maker doing a press situation.
So when it came down to Siakam, he couldn't get the looks that he usually get because, Haliburton's going to give him a pinpoint. He knows his points and everything like that, where he want to shoot it at, pertain to that. So it's like Haliburton, he does the stuff that's off the script. So Siakam, if he likes it on the key, top of the key or wherever like that, he know he going to give it to him off rip. Just that pattern and practice and everything like that. So everybody was really off rhythm when it came down to it because Haliburton wasn't in there. And then after that, it was just a downfall.
You got to think every playoff game this year, you played with Tyrese Haliburton. So you played with him. So you're used to it. You play with him. You already know what's going on. And the problem is, so you done did all of this and played with him. And now, not just that, you game planned to play with him. So your whole game plan is around, this is the plays we gonna run. This is how we're going to do it. So during the biggest game of your life, the ultimate game, Game 7, and you're waiting out at home, now it's like, hey, y'all, your star is not here. He's not coming back. This is the new game plan right now. And that's a tough situation.
Yes, tough situation. Nobody could come from it. It's not their fault. They did as much as they could. Them being only losing by 12 was what it gives them. I hate to say almost like a trophy type of situation, but just off of their pride alone.
It do, because now you can have the debate, like I said, if Haliburton played.
Yeah, you can say that.
Because you can genuinely say, like, let's look at this.
Because they down by 12, but Haliburton probably only averaged 12 a game.
He had 9 in the first quarter.
Yeah, but...
And he was going to probably get another 3. 12 in the first quarter.
I'm just saying he only probably averaged 12 during that whole series. So, you know, it's debatable.
Yeah, no, look at this. Let's just go to numbers. Pascal had 16, under what he usually had. Neesmith only had 3, 100% irrelevant. Turner 6 points, 100% irrelevant. Nembhard did good, 15. You got to think Mathurin went insane, 24 points, and then the TJ came through with 16.
That 16 seemed like way more than that.
It really did, because
he kept them there.
Because he didn't score a point in the first quarter. He barely scored in the second. I think like second and third is when fourth when he finally. Second and third is when he finally started cooking.
So he kept them there. Like, he's at one point in time, he seemed like he was
the only one scoring.
Only one scoring, yo. Everybody else was just like, help me.
Only one aggressive. So you got to think, Hugh. If Tyrese, let's say he had 12 at the first half because he played 7 minutes. Remember, he had 7 more minutes and he had 9. Double that's 18, but we're just going to give him 12. So we'll say he finished with 18 at halftime, and he would have finished with like 27 to 29 points. So 27 to 29 points. Let's just say 29 on the high side. This is an extra 20 points. Now you got to take away Mathurin is going to take away 10 from Mathurin, because with him playing, he ain't doing all that. Take away 10 from Mathurin. McConnell's doing his thing. So now they lose by 2.
Yeah.
You got a different game.
It's a different game for sure. I mean,
the pressure, the plays,
you
the
can
shots.
never deny it's going to be a different game. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. You know, we just knew what it was going to be once it went down. At this point, it's projecting. But forget all that. Let me say what I got to say.
Hold on. Chat had 18.
Yeah, I told you what he needed to get. I said 15.
He gave you 18 and 5 blocks, 8 rebounds. He did great. 6 for 8. He did amazing.
Yeah.
Did amazing. Was missing free throws.
SGA, did he get started?
Nope. He got 29 and 12 assists.
Oh, which is most in his
Jeez. That's a lot of assists.
Playoff performance.
Williams was struggling earlier. Came through, definitely struggled, but he had 20 points.
Yep.
Lou Dort. So they really didn't play amazing.
No.
Their defense was probably better because they only had 7 turnovers.
It was handsy. And once they didn't have a ball handler.
Shit. That's why. 7 turnovers to 21.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not having a ball handler.
They didn't have a ball handler. So
now, back to what you was about to say.
Figure all that. SGA, the greatest OKC Thunder of all time. Oh, no, my bad. Drop a bomb on that. He's the greatest OKC Thunder of all time. Not only that, he surpassed KD in the all-time list of being him.
What you mean?
Okay, so everybody's saying KD, as far as him, they got him rated as probably a top 10 player, top whatever, Hall of Famer, of what they gave him. So he did get the MVP, but it was Tim Duncan. The foundation was already there. He was just a cherry on top. So think about having eating cake, and it was like, yo, this is a great cake, but you just basing it off the sprinkles. That's what he was on that first finals.
Look down here. We had to switch it up.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, it's freezing up.
All right. So secondly, he got traded mid-season to Toronto. They already had the best record in the league at the time. So he wasn't even that boy over there. He just got him through, which didn't have LeBron James over there, which he dominated for the 10 years. So that opportunity was just there. He was just another cherry on top of that cake. And they end up winning the finals. Like I said, they was already the best team in the NBA at the time. No LeBron James, and then they end up winning the finals. And yes, he balled out to get the MVP, but he didn't grassroot it. Either way, he didn't grassroot it on San Antonio. He didn't grassroot it at Toronto. KD, his claim to fame is the Golden State Warriors, which he won on.
They saying in and out. Oh, now I see it.
Oh, damn.
What is that about?
Okay. I'm getting these bars too, bro.
You was over here dropping them. Let me see. Why would it be doing that? So let's try some things. People are saying it's going in and out. Let me mess with the mics for 1 second. Pull that out. Hold that button. Yeah. Let me see if I hear you.
Hit this up with the one. Can y'all hear me, you guys? I'm out here was cooking too,
man. You was cooking. You was cooking.
Oh,
I wonder, like, is it? Can't be internet.
It could be. Hit this with one. Can y'all hear me?
Let me.
Here's with one. If you can hear me with one. Dang, ain't nobody that boy ain't really moving like that. The chat. Oh, he found out. Because he was messing up. What's that? We out here doing technical difficulties, guys. We're going to get through it. We got 100 people in here. What's up, you guys? We're going to double up.
I think I figured it out.
He figured it out. We had, like, power issues. It was storms and stuff.
My power went out yesterday. And
you pay the bill.
It didn't come back. You know, whenever your power go out, the first thing you do is check DCE and to see if I paid it. That was the first thing I did. And I was like, all right, I paid the bill. So we should be good. And wonder why is it not?
See if the chat moving. It don't look like it's moving, bro.
Yeah, so it's like I had to first see if I paid the bill. Why is it doing that? And it's not loading up.
It don't look like it, yo.
I think it's something to do with the internet.
Yes, that's what it sounds like.
On.
We'll get through, you guys.
Hold on. Coming soon. Let's do countdown. Be right back. All right.
I'm sorry, you guys.
I think. Turn that down here.
Turn what down?
That sound.
I ain't got no. Oh, my bad.
All right. I think we got it working. Let's read some of the comments. Journey say OKC in 7. Hello. I have a question. What is your question? You sound like you from the islands.
Come on, player.
I follow you. I think you ought to go to. I appreciate it. I wanted a game and mad about Holly.
We all are.
I followed your minus 300 challenge. We're going to start doing those probably starting tomorrow or starting soon due to it just being MLB. So we will have a lot of those coming up. Wallace was plus 680 for 10. I had him on one slip. Pacers, fourth quarter offense was McConnell, hero ball.
68 points. I mean, not
keep going. Let me see if I can.
All right, so holla at me, y'all. SGA, 68 winning season. MVP. What he on the West? So he had the Magic Johnson Trophy, and he got Finals MVP. So, which not any of them, KD nor Kawhi, no matter if they got more championships or not, have that. Golden State, KD went to a self-made team which won 70 games before he got there, and then he won a championship with them and called himself him. Like, how you gonna go to a already foundation? They won a ring before you, and then they won 71 games. They broke the record. It was they broke the record of games in winning season, a unanimous MVP. And then you go there and you help them beat LeBron, and then you call yourself him, and that's your legacy. I'm just saying. And then Kawhi Leonard, like I said, he went to a number one team in the NBA, or at least the East, and Toronto. They had the number one record not only before he went there, the year prior to that. The only thing they couldn't do was get past LeBron James, which nobody else could get past LeBron James at the time. So LeBron James went to the West, and then he went there. He went to the East, to that foundation, got past the 76ers, and then, ultimately winning the NBA Finals. Yes, he got the Finals MVP, but that foundation was already there. Yes, he got the Finals MVP, but it was with Tim Duncan, greatest power forward of all time. It was with Tony Parker. It was with that core. He was just a cherry on top, bro, and he just happened to win. We all know the NBA don't know the NBA, bro. Like, yeah, he might have won it, but did he deserve it? Probably not. Maybe.
So sorry about that, y'all. So basically, since I'm outside in the garage, my Wi-Fi is in the kitchen, so I have like a extender that's out in the garage. And since the power went out yesterday, I guess the extender didn't reset. You see how it's blinking? It wasn't blinking. So I guess it's trying to grab the power all from over there, and how we got the Wi-Fi on the TV, our phones, and all of that stuff. I guess it was just going in and out. So sorry for the people that said they can't hear. They should better hear now.
Oh, somebody said they remember your banger play.
Which banger? I remember your banger play. We all cashed out on 100. Salute to the GOAT. Which banger play? We definitely
can't hear that.
One. Damn.
Can y'all hear me now? Hit me with the one if y'all can hear me.
Hit us with the one. Hit us with a W if y'all can hear us. W in the chat. Sorry about the jankiness. We are getting it together today.
We still got 90 plus in here, man.
Hey,
get together, yo.
People
just
still in here.
Like, yo. I'm sorry, even though it's not likable right now, but still hills with a like,
Might as well do it.
Might as well.
All the cool people.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
Is doing it. Yep, somebody did it. Somebody heard us.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Somebody hearing this.
All right, now I'm assuming SGA won MVP.
Man, we all know.
Let's see. Let's go to Twitter. Randomly, y'all see this? Every player who tore their Achilles this playoffs wore number 0. That jersey is cursed. This is crazy.
I mean, Lillard wasn't. He didn't do that in the playoffs.
But it's saying, well, yeah. Yeah, not in play. But he tours this year.
This year, though.
Tatum and Tyrese. Jeez. That's
it is creepy.
That's a bad coincidence. Who I sell? SGA MVP.
We all know he won the MVP.
I see. Scoring title. MVP on a 60.
I didn't even add the scoring title. This season's greater than any of them. All of them
players don't care about scoring titles no more for some reason.
Crazy as hell.
They don't, because before players would go hard. I remember
that's what got him the MVP.
What?
The scoring title.
Man.
His stats wasn't better than Joker. What got him the MVP?
What got him the MVP was,
and the record.
We got Joker, but you get tired of giving it to him after so much. SGA joins NBA legends as the only player to win MVP, Finals MVP in the same season. It's crazy how many players.
See KD in there?
It's crazy how you don't have that many players.
Which is crazy.
That's win the MVP and win a championship the same
Larry
year.
did twice. Shout out to him. Michael Jordan did 4 times. Good gravy. LeBron James did it twice.
So it's LeBron and Jordan, bro.
LeBron and Jordan.
Oh, and Larry Bird.
Yeah, I said Larry did twice.
Jesus, crazy.
So Larry,
Jordan is
MJ. His own. My goodness, bro.
He's in his own.
And LeBron. But did you see KD there? Did you see Kawhi there?
Nope.
I'm sorry. I know you didn't.
You said they ain't up in there, huh?
They ain't there. They ain't them. They ain't him. He's the greatest OKC Thunder of all time.
And it was crazy.
And as of him as a Himothy, he's above KD and he's above Kawhi Leonard. I said what I said. Chat, what y'all think? Y'all with me, yo, or y'all with Lando, bro? I'm not trying to be recent biased. I'm just trying to tell you what I see, yo. Everybody else, it's cool. It's cool when you out there and you can just try to ball out when you not them or him. But when you gotta be him, we ain't seen him ever since. He didn't do nothing to Clippers. KD had to get traded to the Houston because he couldn't do nothing. Not only at the Nets, he couldn't do nothing at Phoenix. And now we gotta see he going to a solid foundation at Houston. Maybe he could do something there, and that's what we hoping. We all figured that he got traded way more. They gave it way more for him than
SGA is the first player in 25 years to win regular season MVP, the scoring title, and Finals MVP in the same season. First in 25 years.
Talk to me.
He's probably
and he surpassed James Harden.
He's probably one of the most consistent players I ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, such as every game you can expect him to score 25 or plus points.
30. He got 29, but that's 30, bro.
Like, it's tough, man. He is very consistent. He is very efficient. He's accurate. He gets his spots. He know how to play the game. SGA is definitely a monster. And you got to give him credit where KD, Russ, and Harden had their chance. The exact same team, just different.
And together.
All together. Because what's crazy, you don't have 3 MVPs on this team. Think of that. Like, it's nobody hiding on the bench. It's like, yeah, Jay Will.
Did he get All-Star? Was he in the All-Star?
I think so. I think he was All-Star.
I think he only had one All-Star, and that was Jay Will.
Yeah, I think he had an All-Star.
Okay.
So it's like Russ ended up winning MVP. James Harden ended up winning MVP. KD won. So you had 3 MVPs on the same team.
And then
it was up 3-1.
Yeah. And James Harden won his MVP in Houston.
Yep.
With the refs on the side.
Did Russ win his in OKC?
Yeah.
That's when everybody left and he just him?
Yeah, it was him.
Yeah, that's when he won on that triple
KD and Russ won them both in OKC.
Okay.
KD won that when they went to the finals. He was the first one. And then KD left and James Harden left. And then Russ did with the triple doubles. So they both won it in OKC. But they ain't SGA player.
Andrew said we good now.
All right, bet.
Bobby said I'm glad it's over. Yeah, NBA.
It wasn't that.
It wasn't it for me this year. I had a losing record with NBA. First time in my life having a losing record with NBA. just couldn't catch the beat, couldn't get my swag. I'm a very transparent sports bettor. If we win, we win. We lose, we lose. It is what it is. The goal is to always try to get better, but this just wasn't a winning year for me with the NBA.
Which we talked about beforehand. This is transition of NBA.
Oh,
this is not the same NBA.
Lillard got injured in the first round of the playoffs. It just was so early because remember, Giannis had to take over because Lillard got injured. Because remember, he was injured and he didn't play like the first 2 games or something.
Yeah,
I think it was like the first game he came back.
Right, damn.
Yep.
Okay. All right, my bad, you guys.
No, he's not better than Kawhi. You wildin'.
How, B? As he getting beat up by these bugs. All right, hit me out. Come on. Put it in the chat. Kawhi, like I said, he wasn't him, bro. He balled out in the shadows of everybody else that was bigger than he was.
No,
you know what I'm
bro,
saying? Yes, he did.
What about in Toronto?
They had the #1 record before he got there.
What happened when he got there?
LeBron James wasn't there.
What you mean? We ain't talking about LeBron James. We talking about him.
LeBron James dominated the East 10 years before.
He don't got nothing to do with that.
He has everything to do with there.
He wasn't there.
And Toronto couldn't get past LeBron James.
We know that.
So LeBron James wasn't there anymore. And before Kawhi Leonard got there,
that have nothing to do with Kawhi with LeBron leaving.
Yeah. Okay, but I'm saying before Kawhi Leonard got there, they had the #1 record in the East.
And they still was going. They still ain't.
We don't know. We don't know.
No, because you saying like, all right, let's be honest.
We don't know. He wasn't there.
Prime example. The Cleveland Cavaliers had the #1 record in the East this year. Who thought they was gonna win a championship? Nobody. You didn't think it. Nobody didn't think it. Them having the #1 record in the East, we like, we know they're going to choke. They choke every single time. Whenever Toronto had the #1 record, nobody took it seriously because we didn't care. We know y'all going to lose in the playoffs anyway because that's what y'all always do. Kawhi got there and they stopped losing and they won a championship.
Not the same because it's not the same because LeBron James was the whole movement. They couldn't get past LeBron James. They could get past everyone else.
I'm 100% with you.
They couldn't get past anybody else. They couldn't get past LeBron James because LeBron James was the best player at the time in the East. But when Kawhi Leonard did go over there, they already had the #1 record. So they already did the groundwork. And then Kawhi Leonard did become the best player in the East at the time when LeBron James left. They had LeBron James.
Keep bringing up LeBron James,
had
bro.
a LeBron James problem, not a East problem, bro.
That don't got nothing to do with Kawhi.
It has everything to do
you
with
keep
Kawhi.
bringing up LeBron, but LeBron left and went to the Lakers.
Kawhi Leonard didn't go to a bum team. He didn't go to the AFC.
That nigga went to Canada, bro.
He didn't go to the AFC or the 7th seed. He went to the #1 seed in the East. And you going to give him the hero ball? That's crazy, bro.
LeBron went to the West while LeBron didn't go to the championship and stop him. Because you said
the Lakers.
So why didn't he make it to the finals and stop Kawhi and Toronto from getting the championship?
That wasn't the team situation at the time.
Well, so the thing is, you keep saying a LeBron problem. LeBron, he decided to. You got KD just moved. You got players every day in the next few days up to the draft. It's gonna switch around. Players is gonna leave. With him leaving,
it was a middle trade.
But that have nothing to do with Kawhi Leonard going over to the East and dominating. Now, if LeBron was there, would he won? Would have still won? We don't know. Before they got there, they couldn't get past LeBron. No team could get past LeBron on the East. Once LeBron left,
man, the Lakers didn't do nothing prior to LeBron. They were still recovering from post-Kobe. What is you saying, bro? So LeBron didn't go to a self-made team. He went to a team that was trying to rebuilding, yo.
It's him and AD.
Huh? No, AD didn't get there until later.
When did AD? When did they get that? Because I'm trying to think. His first year. When did AD?
He didn't have AD the first year.
Chat, let us know. Did LeBron have AD the first year?
Even if he did or didn't. LA Lakers, they was coming out post Kobe and they couldn't do nothing, yo. We know that. So that situation is way different. He went to a non-playoff team, right? He went to, that's no debatable.
Florida people said, go watch this highlight. I think you're forgetting how good Kawhi Leonard is.
Kawhi Leonard was amazing.
Identical to SGA, just taller. Remember, it's identical, bro.
At one point in time, I said,
and he shoot a better three.
Remember, at one point in time, I said Kawhi Leonard was better than KD.
Yeah.
And I stood 10 toes on that because it was a time he was about to beat that great Golden State Warriors team until he got injured. You know what I'm saying? He was up 30 at halftime, and he was giving them problems, bro.
But I think he had 25 or something, bro.
And KD was on that team. And I was telling you beforehand, Kawhi Leonard is better than KD, bro. And people look at me like I was bugging.
For sure, Cleveland ain't like that. Stop talking about Cleveland, Lando, before I get on the Pistons.
I'm sorry, you bet on them. Hey, at least put Pistons alone. We made it farther than Cleveland, or we made it the same way.
No, we both lost.
Bouncing the second round.
We both lost the first round. Yeah, because they play.
But y'all had the better record than us.
Yeah, we supposed to lost.
We just getting our.
We lost a better team.
Mind your business, bro. Bringing up stuff.
Cleveland is like that. We just had some unfortunate. No, y'all ain't like that. Y'all trying.
Ain't like that.
Y'all underachieve.
Y'all probably need LeBron James right now. I'll give y'all past
AD came in 2019. When did LeBron go? Shit.
I think was it 2019?
I don't remember.
Or 2018?
I don't remember.
Anyways, Lakers wasn't them. They just wasn't.
Kawhi run was torn with arguably the best run by a single player ever. Not saying Toronto didn't have players, but Kawhi was unconscious.
They had a better record than San Antonio when he got there. What is we talking about, you guys? Come on, yo.
SGA isn't half the defender Kawhi was that year, which he...
That's fair.
Claw.
That's fair.
Not even close. Not even close. I didn't think about that. I think he was better that year than SGA this year.
We don't respect defense like that.
So if we compare, let's just go to the numbers. Let's go to the numbers, DMB. Let's go to Toronto. Let's go to Toronto. Kawhi versus this Kawhi.
Would y'all rather have the scoring champ, or would y'all rather have the defensive player of the year?
Defensive player of the year,
you
because
crazy as hell, bro.
Scoring champs don't translate to championships.
Crazy as hell, bro.
You just seen it the first time in 25 years. The first time in 25 years.
Okay, what's the last defensive champ that won the NBA Finals champ?
We got to look it up.
When's the last defensive champ that won the MVP?
Well, no. You're moving the needle. You're moving the needle.
The MVP, the NBA Finals.
You're moving the needle.
What's the last defensive champ that won MVP? The finals MVP.
You're moving the needle.
Okay.
All you said was
right here.
You're moving the needle. All you said was
you can't live up to it.
Who was the last one who won a scoring champ and then won a championship?
Okay, what's the last defensive MVP that won the finals?
Last defensive, because remember we 25 years.
And also get the MVP, bro. You gotta get the MVP of the finals
of the year. To win.
We here now, bro. Bro, y'all think about all I'm saying is, guys, he won every award to be had this year, yo.
Kevin Garnett is the last one to do it. The last defensive player of the year to win NBA championship. And on the same season was KG. 07-08. So it was less than. So you had a defensive player that did it in less time. Then a scoring title.
Bro,
scoring titles never translate to championships. Scoring titles.
That doesn't help your argument because that barely translates either, bro.
Well, right now I want to know.
You're comparing 25 years to what? 18 years? 17 years?
Hey, I'm just saying. Right now I want to know off the argument.
That's no here, no there. And Kevin Garnett went to a ready-made. They was the first big three. They was the first big three, bro. They was the first super team. So that was an anomaly of a season, yo. They went there. Me and you could coach that team and won the finals. They was a team of destiny. What's the coach name? He get all the jobs. What's his name?
Doc Rivers.
Doc Rivers been chasing that high ever since, yo. What are we talking about right now, bro?
All right, Stat Muse. Kawhi played 60 games, 34 minutes, averaged 26 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Let's go. His field goal percentage was 49.6.
I'm going to let you go through this. I'm going to say.
Hold on. Because I want to see his blocks. He had 24 blocks, 106 steals. Okay, now let's compare that to SGA this year. Stat News SGA stats this. No, hell. There we go.
32.
Hold on. Let me get to it. All right. So he's more points. Play more games, more points. So let's go. So, all right, we're going to give it to SGA off of points, right?
Mm-hmm.
Next, off rebounds, 5 is good. He's smaller. Kawhi, he got 7. We give it to Kawhi. Assists, 6 versus 3. It makes sense because, he ain't point guard. He holding the ball more. You get that? So now you go to field goal percentage. It's 49.6.
That barely matters.
Oh, the field goal percentage do matter. You efficient.
Bro.
So I'm telling you, 51.9.
He's a scoring title, and he still got better field goal percentage than him.
51.9.
He still got better. Goes to
3-point percentage, 37.1. What you mean it don't matter? See, he 37.5. He's better. You gotta go with all of it. So then you gotta go with his steals, 106. He should be decent with steals the way they play, 131, blocks 77, and he had 100 or something. So you give it to SGA. Yeah. SGA, if you go head to head, he had a better year, such as this year compared to it. I give you that. But the kicker, Hugh.
Not only that, he was the engine, bro.
The kicker, Hugh. We just talking about 1 year.
Kawhi
won the championship.
Kawhi Leonard never been the engine, bro. He's never been the leader. That's what I'm talking about. He's never been the leader. He's never been the engine. He's never been the foundation. He always been the cherry, bro. That's all I'm saying. Same thing with KD, bro. KD was the engine at OKC.
What year did Kawhi win the championship with the Spurs? Was it 2016, 17?
Nah.
Let me see.
That was with the Heatles. So that had to probably like 10, 12. And he just won that Finals MVP. He didn't do nothing like that during the regular season. He just got the one off.
2014. So it's 2014.
He got the one off.
Young Kawhi that year, 16, still averaging 31 minutes. 16, 7, 2. Not bad, man.
Not good. But not great.
No, this is great when you got Duncan, bro. Parker, and Ginobili.
But the thing is, that's what I'm saying, yo. He was never the engine, bro. He was
the engine in Toronto.
No, he wasn't the engine in Toronto, dog. They had the best record before he got there.
See, that's the difference. You don't understand. That record is completely.
The engine is him, bro.
You keep on saying they have it. Like you can say, the Golden State Warriors had the best record in NBA history before KD got there. They won a championship before KD got there, and they won a championship after he left. Toronto ain't win shit before he got there, and haven't won shit since he left. Okay. The difference is Kawhi.
That's still not the engine, bro.
With KD and what you call it, the difference is having Curry. Not having KD.
KD was a nitro. It's Fast and Furious, you guys. Everybody, it's 10 of them, 12 of them movies. It's 76 of them Fast and Furious movies, right? Everybody knows, watching Fast and Furious, the engine, that's the consistency. But he was always the nitro, bro. He was that extra that get you past the finish line. So the engine did most of the work, and then the nitro finally came in the last 0.5 miles and got him past the finish line to win the thing. That was Kawhi Leonard in both of his scenarios. They already had the spoon engine, you know what I'm saying, that they stole. Both of them, they already had the spoon engine, and Kawhi Leonard was the nitro. Same thing was KD. SGA was the engine. Not only he was the engine, he was the nitro, bro. Not either one of them could say the same thing.
Latrell say, I ain't going to hold you. I want OKC to win. But if Haliburton doesn't get hurt, I think it goes differently. I 100% agree.
It's rough, bro. We don't pick him right now.
He started with 9 points in 7 minutes, Hugh. He was on fire. And we know he at least, I broke it down, he at least dropping 29 that game.
I feel like OKC.
And they needed every one of those.
I felt like OKC was just in shock and awe as the Pacers was. I felt like they played down. I felt like they was so amped up to stop Haliburton, but then once you took that obstacle from them, then it was
no. I disagree because I told you going into the game, it's 0% pressure on the Pacers. All the pressure is on OKC, and you seen it, such as a game starting. The Pacers played free. I told you, if you're open, shoot that boy. And everybody was shooting. Everybody was making threes. You like, yo, for them to be in the game, they got to hit threes. Mm-hmm. They was hitting they wide open threes, and you had OKC wasn't doing it, and you can tell they was getting real tight. They was getting real tight. They wasn't playing loose, and I just think it was definitely more leaning towards the Pacers side with that first quarter momentum. And even when he left, they still up 1 point halftime. They still only lost the game by 12. And even though you're saying they played down, at some point, we got to give the Pacers credit. Whereas, like, man, OKC the better team. They really wasn't that much a better team this whole series. Because
they went to Game 7 for a reason.
It's like, yeah, you got to think, for example, if Game 7 in Indy, do you think OKC win? Same scenario. I'm saying no.
If Haliburton go down.
No, I'm saying if Haliburton go down, what you need?
I was saying turn that fan off. I can hear the phone.
So if Haliburton go down in Indy, they probably can the Pacers probably can win, Hugh, because at home, you know your role players. Remember, Obi Toppin gave you 0.
Toppin was not popping.
Yeah, so it's like you gonna play different. So if you're saying that Game 7 came down to your home court advantage, you're an even team.
Man, what y'all got, yo? Where we going? And I was wrong. It was that fan. So you can turn that one back on because it made a difference.
Okay. Here, read that.
All right. What we got going? Stats don't tell the whole story. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you can turn that board back on. That made a difference for sure. I understand analogy, but no. Kawhi was him, but I'm just saying the accomplishments that SGA was doing, it don't even compare, bro.
Stats don't tell the whole story. Yep, click them.
Okay, click them. All right, my bad. I'm just kind of like
top sports debater debate.
Yeah.
Let's go, Bobby. You know it.
Like Kawhi was him, but he wasn't SGA him. That's all I'm saying. He was him, but he wasn't SGA him, yo. Let's talk about that, yo. Come on. Auburn, Terrence. Let's see.
Tearing his Achilles was really sad for real. Yeah, that was terrible.
That was terrible. Oh, Let's see. We got put money.
Yep, we got to click the picture.
Okay.
Bobby watched the replay. Then Gene.
Yeah, it was a wrap.
Gene just said, honestly, what the Pacers' fourth quarter offense strategy, McDonald trying to be Kobe and Mathurin being a ball hog, ain't it? Now, so we watching the game live, right? And yep, just click up. We watching the game live, and I'm like, Hugh, bench Toppin. I'm like, Toppin is 100% liability. He was turning the ball over. He couldn't dribble the ball. He couldn't make a shot. He was 1,000% liability. So I'm like, Hugh, bench him. Hugh like, bench him for who? I'm like, anybody, bench him. So then they benched him, and I seen Shepherd damn near airball a 3, and I said,
oh, no. For nobody, bro. You can't bench him for there's nobody left.
So it's like, I guess Shepherd ain't going, yeah, he ain't ready. So it just was a tough situation. So it's like, you got to think. They needed a bucket. So now it's easy for OKC. Your number one goal is just stop Siakam. Because now the only score you have is Siakam, and you can let TJ get hot, but his hot ain't gonna win the game because he's not that good.
And they gonna game plan for Siakam. That's all that.
So you just literally stop Siakam, let McConnell do his thing, let Mathurin do his thing. But when you need a bucket, they're passing the ball too much. They don't know who's going to shoot the ball. You can't get it to Siakam. You got to be Toppin missing threes. You got Ben Shepherd coming in missing threes. It just...
They was in an impossible situation, man. That's all it was. You not only down one player, you down the player, quote unquote. So they was in an impossible situation. So it was really nothing they could do about it. All we could do was tip our hats to those guys. They put the effort. They made a better game than we thought it was going to be. You know what I'm saying?
Went out as like, okay, blow
they went out. They went out like some G's, man. So all we could do was go with that. Like, it was nothing but respect for the Pacers. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing It's nothing but respect for the Pacers and their heart. It's nothing respect for their coach and how he schemed. It was nothing he could do. It was literally nothing anybody else could do for them to win this game. They just lost. It was imminent. It was there. It was in front of everybody. And it is what it is, man. It sucks because we got robbed out of the finals that we wanted. Because I would rather debate with you, you know what I'm saying, over something else besides if Haliburton got hurt, you know?
Yeah.
That's the worst debate. Oh, if he was healthy, then I'd rather debate with you if that turnover, if he didn't do that turnover, or, you know, if he would hit his free throws or something like that. Then I'd rather debate with that, but we debating over injury, and that's just not a good thing.
Like this person just said, if Toppin takes the shot, instead of being scared, Haliburton stays up. You can't say that.
Come on, man. We penny pinching at that
it's
point.
It's like you don't. You
if
gonna
he
get
was hydrated. You know what I'm saying? Before he got to the arena.
Yeah, you can't point fingers. Yeah, you can't. It happens.
It's just it was imminent. It was
it was
injury that they was
contact.
always scared about. Yeah, it was an injury that everybody was scared about coming into because Kawhi Leonard was going through the same situation. They consistently compared that to Kawhi Leonard. Oh, you know, he was strained. He had a strained calf or a hammy, whatever, and they was consistently. He did the same thing. He decided to play, which I commend. Not Kawhi Leonard. I'm sorry, Kevin Durant.
Mm-hmm.
I commend Kevin Durant for playing as he should have because you know it was the finals to win the game, and Haliburton did the same thing. And they both end up turning out the same way, unfortunately. But you can't blame either one because the finals is the finals. Your legacy is your legacy. And we will falter him more if he would have stayed on the sideline.
Oh, my gosh.
Man,
you lose respect for him.
Could you imagine how much he would have had if he would have stayed on the sideline?
And he's like, hey, y'all, if I would have played, I would have. I don't want to risk tearing something. I want to. Yeah. Everybody's like, bro, whatever. If you tear, you tear. Like, unfortunately, it's not us, but it's a lose-lose situation. Well, it's possibly a win-lose situation. It's still a lose-lose situation because if you don't play, you're getting criticized for the rest of your life. your career about you not playing, number one. Number two, if you don't play, you are living with, especially if y'all win or lose, you're asking what if. If y'all lose, you're thinking for the rest of your life when you're on a podcast, when you're 50 years old, hang with all the smoke and all that stuff, man, what would happen if you played? Man, I always dream about that. If I would have played this. Now, if they would have won and you didn't play, you got a championship ring that you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you ain't fully contribute. So
I mean, you did, but you can't take too much pride into the situation.
So then the other part is you play and you get injured. The L is you have to be out all next season. You got to do the rehab. You can't walk right. You have to.
That'd be the easiest. That'd be the easiest rehab.
Yeah, you got a year L such as that. And that is worse. That's the worst case scenario.
Because ultimately your security is there. The Pacers, you are getting paid. You are within the contract, saying you got to worry about contract situations. So you're really just rehabbing for
and you still
$50 million.
And you
like you probably making $50 million.
And you still get the respect because you went out shooting, and people like, hey, bro, you late. Put it on the line. Most people didn't believe you was as hurt as you were. Right before Skip was tweeting, oh, Tyrese don't look hurt to me, man. He looking good. 2 seconds later, Achilles. I guess he is hurt. Like, come on. So
it's okay corral, man. You had the 6 shooters, so he did the right thing. One thing he can do with what Unc be saying, man, at the end of the day, I gave it all I had.
All I had when I laid my head on that pillow,
man. So that's what he did, man. So shout out to him. Like I said, shout out to him. Shout out to the whole organization. Shout out to the coach. Y'all got close. I don't know if you the Pacers. How many Pacer fans are in here, yo? Say what's up,
Question is now, is Tyrese even gonna be healthy to start? Hell no. He's out for the rest of next year, bro.
Yeah, next year is irrelevant.
He's out.
Him and Tatum both gone. Him, Tatum, and all three of them that was in the picture. Everybody that was in the picture is gone next year. So
damn. So the East should be Cavs.
Maybe.
But I'm saying,
yeah, I know you're right.
Going
you're
in, it should be the Cavs or New York.
Yeah,
that's how it should be.
The Cavs in New York,
but it's not going to be the Cavs in New York.
You know, maybe if Miami can get another player or something like that, we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, they're gonna have to figure something out. But yeah, they're out because, especially Tatum not Tatum. Tyrese got it the worst because like Dame, he got injured in the first round of the playoffs, so he had an extra month or two.
That month don't matter.
Yes, it do. Because you got to think.
The year is the year.
No, because, for example, there's a possibility by next playoffs, towards the end of the season, he possibly could come back.
For no rhythm, bro.
Oh, yeah, man.
No rhythm.
These players
I think
back.
that's ultimately because, remember, he was like 2 months with a blood clot not being there. And then he kind of rushed. I ain't going to say he rushed back, but he came back. And then next thing you know, this happened. So it's an unfortunate situation. What's up? Can we get some likes?
I think he's going to retire, to be honest.
Who, Dame?
After this year, I think he's going to play. Well, when he come back, I think he's going to come back and not be the same and be a shell of himself, then retire. Because after having the blood clots injuries, like ever since he left Portland, it's just been downhill.
Here's another thing. I'm sorry, you guys. Dame is another one of my most overrated players of all time. But if he do. I can see it. I can see him being a frustration, but I think just off of pride, he's gonna keep on going. Is he gonna stay in Milwaukee?
Amazon say he gave his best shot. Respect it.
Yeah.
Isaiah say 9 points in 7 minutes is crazy. Yeah, because you got another 7.
He was being aggressive. He was on his way to doing everything that he needed to do for them to win the game. We can't deny that. But unfortunately, it happened how it happened.
What you just asked?
I was just saying that.
Is he going to stay in Milwaukee?
Yeah, he's not going to stay in Milwaukee, which is a shame. I mean, he has to stay for the next year because ain't nobody gonna pick him up or take him off of that injury.
Nope.
But to be honest, like I said, Dame was probably in my book up there with Chris Paul and James Harden, whatever the case might be. He's probably could be above them of the most overrated players in my book.
Well, he had a window to leave Toronto, and he missed it. Same as Carmelo had the window to team up with LeBron and them or team up somewhere else, and he decided to stay in New York for the money, and that was his championship window. That decision, he made more money, but it cost him a championship. And I believe Dame had a bunch of windows, and when he finally took it, if you watch Dame interviews and learn how the person he is, he never wanted to leave Portland. He was complacent. It's like everybody forced him to leave because they're like, man, you too good, man. You dropping 50. We want to see you on a good team. And he got on a good team.
Even with there, he was always number 3 because
number 3 what?
As far as guards, Steph Curry.
It was hard for him to make an all-star game.
Steph Curry and Chris Paul owned him over there on the West. So he was barely get past them. And he was always the number 1 option on his team. I always say, I think it was 2020 when everybody was getting hurt for Golden State Warriors. But Steph Curry still got the scoring title, bro. He still got the scoring title that year. My thing was, bro, if you're the number 1 score option, you ain't doing nothing anyways. You're not making the playoffs or making a real run. At least get some type of accolades. You can't give me a scoring title and you supposed to be him.
It don't make sense because he had a chance to get a scoring title and he didn't play the last because he had to average like 35 or 38. And he's capable, but he didn't win. That's what I'm saying. These players don't go for it, the scoring title.
You have to
like they used to.
He has nothing else to hang his hat on, bro. You don't have any championships. You have some first teams. You have some second and third teams situations, but that's barely cutting it.
Great question, Street. Street say, what do you think the Pistons need to take the East throne next season? Because it is there.
Come on, baby. Talk to the Pistons, baby.
For the taking if they do the right moves. What you got, Hugh?
Pistons? Okay. Now we talking our talk. I like you. You know what I'm saying? So the Pistons, I don't know what the Pistons need to do.
You ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah, all right, I ain't gonna lie. Because, all right, let's say a couple of our best players are getting back healthy, right? I think we just need another year of experience. This is our first time in the playoffs in who knows how long, bro. It was over 5 years for sure. So it was the first time. So we needed that experience to go in the playoffs. K just need to get another year better. If we can get another piece or so, if we can get what's the ball head dude from Boston that played in the
Derek White?
Yeah, we get something like Derek White, like a ball stopper or something like that. He can add to it. But it's going to take time with the Pistons. But I will say, a lot of people, as we see, on the East got hurt. Tatum got hurt. So,
Boston going to be irrelevant.
Yeah, Boston going to be irrelevant. Haliburton just got hurt. So they're going to be irrelevant. They're going to be irrelevant. So we just got running back with New York. And Miami, we're not scared of Miami.
Bucks is going to only have Giannis if Giannis stays.
Yeah, because he's irrelevant. Same person we was talking about. You know what I'm talking about. And so we got to worry about Cleveland. So we got to get through Cleveland and New York, which both of them beatable. Both of them can choke. And most likely they will choke. So all we got to do is get through either one of those teams. I think we have a shot.
Yeah, so I think we should be a top 3 seed.
I don't even care about the seeding. We just gotta get there and just got ball through.
Yeah, well, yeah, because home court didn't matter at all. We didn't win one home playoff game. So first, I will say we have to see how our team looks with what we have now. We had Dennis Schroeder coming. He's a vet, played great, played his role amazing.
Come back.
Beasley was number 2 in threes. He played an amazing role. Cade was a damn superstar for us this year.
He was
looked amazing.
Second team.
Played his role, yep. Then you had Beef Stew, Isaiah Stewart. He ended up getting injured towards the end of the season, didn't play in the playoffs for us. And you have Jalen Ivory, who haven't played, I think, like all year. So we need him to come back because Jalen can bring the ball up, and he's a point guard that can score. He's a scoring point guard. He can pass. He can do everything. So we have to see our swag on how we do it now with Tobias Harris. Tobias, he did better than what we expect. We can pay him too much. We could trade him for something valuable.
His agent is the greatest of all time. Forget what anybody else says. Tobias Harris is greatest. He has the greatest agent I ever seen, bro. Like, it's not even close. He's the MJ of all agents.
So
shout out to him, though.
So if you do all of that, I say, and we have the twin brother
Thompson.
He another year under him.
Yeah, and this is his rookie year.
I say we just literally have to get one more. Oh, and we got Hardaway. Is Hardaway still there?
He should be.
So we need
just another year.
One more shooter and one more defensive stop presence. Like, I wish we would have got Dylan Brooks. If Dylan Brooks fit with a bad boy Piston style. If we would have got like a Brooks.
That's what I was saying. That's what if we could get my man from Boston.
Yeah, yep.
He's a ball stopper.
Hell, we can take my man who's been MIA because he was injured since he left Boston, Marcus Smart. He's with Memphis now.
Yeah, he was in Memphis.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the East is wide open. So we have a shot. You know what I'm saying? I'm not so much of a good shot to beat anybody in the West, but we have a solid shot to at least get to the finals.
Especially seeing that the Pacers just made it to the finals. The Pacers. Nobody had the Pacers. They won the top 5 team in the East going in. So nobody is, anything is possible. More like KG. Anything is possible.
Who we got here?
Under that, Latrell. Early predictions for NBA final teams for both of y'all.
Good gravy, yo.
Off the top of my head, I would say a random team because I'm still Cleveland got to prove it to me.
Yeah.
New York is cursed, and with the random traits you have, I would say it will mess around be Orlando or
we'll come out the West. KD just got traded to Houston. You got OKC right here.
They ain't gonna make it.
OKC ain't going back to back.
I'm going OKC and Dallas.
You can't. They both in the West.
Not OKC and Dallas. I'm saying Orlando and Dallas.
Okay.
Orlando versus Dallas.
Hell no, not Orlando.
Randomly, because you got to think.
Crazy as hell.
Orlando's only going to get better. They a random team. You got a superstar on your team that's your own little superstar. And, with the matchups, because whatever seed they have, they can basically do exactly what the Pacers did.
Shout out to my Knicks people or my New York people more than anything. Shout out to my New York people. I believe the Knicks and let's say OKC or Houston. But if you had to twist my arm, I am recency biased absolutely right now. So I'm going to go with OKC and the New York Knicks in the finals next year, player.
That'd be crazy.
And it's going to be lit.
That'd be crazy. Yeah, I say it's like the champs.
I think the point guard from the Knicks is going to be the best player in the
on the East for sure.
East.
Yeah, and SGA going to be the best player on the West. It just come down to how much they want it, because it's like after you win one, they about to party, they about to drink, they about to take off times, go on vacations. For them to win it again is like
drinking.
For you to win it again, it's going to be tough. So I rock with you when it's like going to the team that just won it. You know, you got to go with the champs until somebody else beat them.
Put in the comments who y'all got, yo. Who y'all think is gonna make it?
Who y'all got?
Y'all out here being mad quiet out here, yo.
Man, they got to work tomorrow. It's Monday tomorrow.
That's true.
It's midnight.
Yep. Dang, is it midnight? Yo?
Yep, it's midnight.
God, good gravy, yo.
Bobby, you missed it. We definitely talked about this. And
I was saying that it is a wash type of trade because I'm not sure if anybody won, but I'm not sure if anybody lost because KD haven't been healthy for the last 4 years, and Houston gave up a lot of future potential for them. I feel like the NBA has been a grassroots league from here on out because it's a new league. They don't want powerhouses like that. And KD never been traded to a place and made it better. So, but he's a good fit. He is a good fit for Houston if he can stay healthy. So
we thought he was a good fit for Phoenix.
Yeah, we thought he was a good fit for
the Nets.
Yeah, for the Nets.
Man.
So he ain't what we think he is.
Is he the problem? Because
he is not the problem, unfortunately, but he is at the same time. I would say he's not the problem for his effort and what he brings to the team. He's a problem for the leadership and what he don't. How did we get darkness,
everybody.
Dark magic, evil motherfucker.
We dark.
So can he make the team greater than they are? He can, but his leadership ain't there.
Houston getting bumped in the second round, even with the same results with KD.
Okay.
Without KD, with KFC, same result. D in the building. What up, D?
I rock with that, yo.
What up, though? D in the building.
I rock with that.
I got Detroit and LA.
I wish.
Why not rematch the 04 finals? Why not us?
LA need a big man, bro.
If they would have just got Williams from Charlotte,
yeah,
they would have been good.
I wonder why they ducked off on him though.
Physical. What does that mean? Like, because right after they didn't get him, he still was dropping 20 and 12.
But so they would have to get a big man. They can't trade for a big man with LA because they have nothing to trade. They already been trading. They trade all their future draft picks for the next 25 years. So like they can't trade for anybody. They have to get big man basically that's a free agent thing off the market or something with low value because they just don't really have anything, man.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. So the LA, they have to get a big man because at the end of the day, people forget he wasn't in the finals. Joker is the Joker. I don't care what you say. You gotta deal with him and he's gonna be there. You know, then if you can't deal with him, and then also Minnesota's a tall team, and you know OKC is kind of a tall team also. So if you can't get taller, then I don't know. It's really nothing you could do.
You are on to something. So since you guys are sleepy, we gonna get up out of here.
Get a vibe right quick.
Get a vibe. So in conclusion. We wish we would have had a great Game 7. And in the first quarter, they gave us 7 minutes of a great Game 7. Yeah. And after that, it was barely worth the watch. Yeah, no, it was tough.
Suns gonna make the playoff now.
That'd be hilarious.
That would be hilarious.
That only makes sense.
Because, man, they got too many of the same persons over there at the Suns, yo.
I can see Cleveland versus Minnesota. That'd be so different.
Man.
Such as the finals we
that
used to.
That YN over there at Minnesota, Edwards ain't ready, man. He
got you don't think he's going to get better and get...
He might get better, but I don't think he ain't right inside, so...
He got to get a wife. But they say you got to be the face of the NBA, you got to be married.
What's up, y'all, man? I appreciate y'all for kicking it with us, man. How y'all like this vibe right now, yo?
Do y'all think Cooper Flag will make an immediate impact on the Mavericks being drafted number 1?
Absolutely not. Oh, I'm glad. See, that's a great question, bro. All right, so hear me out. There's only been, in our recent, let's just say
20 years.
5 years. There's
LeBron been in so long, you can't say 20 years.
Yeah, so it's only been about 3 rookies that made an immediate impact. That was
LeBron.
He didn't even do it.
He didn't even make no impact.
He didn't make an impact because they didn't make it to the playoffs. It was Tim Duncan. They made it. They made it to the finals that first year.
And because he is in a good situation because he still had David Robinson there.
It was David Robinson. So it was him. It was Shaquille O'Neal. He got them to the joints, but they barely did anything. So honestly, it's probably only been one, and it has been Tim Duncan, bro.
But Tim he still had David Robinson.
It don't matter. He didn't win before him. He didn't win after him. So it was probably Tim Duncan.
He is old. He's retired. Spur.
But it's like Tim Duncan's really only been it. Shaquille O'Neal was a monster coming in. And I would say the other rookie would be CP made a deal over down there, but I'm not sure.
It's rare. It's rare. The only good thing is this the most rigged and scam likely. And I ain't even get into like my conspiracy theory. I get into it. I'm here. Okay. I'm here. Let me take that off.
Okay, here we go.
You
guys.
Hear me out. My conspiracy theory hat. Hear me out.
Mm-hmm.
First. You have Dallas and you got Lakers. We first have Dallas get Luka, which made 0% any sense. Dallas get Luka. Nobody understand it. I didn't understand it. You didn't understand it. And it's like, how did that even happen? Why would you give up a superstar? Something is up. That's number one. Then miraculously, when it come down to the draft, the team that got the same percentage as me and you getting drafted to the NBA get the number 1 pick, which is the Dallas Mavericks, where it looked like a back-end job where the league was like, look, you give Luka to LA, we will give you Cooper Flag. And to make it even better with the cherry on top, Jeannie Buss sell the Lakers for $10 billion, bro. So it looks like you literally had a full threesome involved with this. A man like, hey, man, I bet the Lakers. He like, I'm not going to buy the Lakers. Yeah, follow the money. I'm not buying the Lakers without a superstar because LeBron about to leave. How about if I give you Luka? That's impossible. How can you give me Luka? And they literally did Puppet Master stuff and was like, this how we're going to give this billionaire Luka. And we give Lakers to Luka. You sell it for $10 billion. Everybody make money. Everybody happy besides the little people. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Am I right? Am I right or wrong, y'all?
He's wrong, bro. Because at the end of the day, let's just say if I'm the owner of the Minnesota Timberwolves, bro, I don't give a shit about none of that. Like,
you don't have no say so.
How not, bro? I'm a billionaire. I'm a 1 of 30, bro. So like, no,
you ain't involved in the deal.
No, bro. I'm 1 of 30, bro. Like, I'm a billionaire too. I'm a big deal too. Don't try to shortchange me and my money and my franchise.
You don't
bro.
get as much money. Your billions is short. That $1 billion you get.
He richer than Jeannie. Jeannie only got Laker money.
That owner, the new owner of the Lakers.
The new owner, but not Jeannie.
Get all the money.
So my thing is, they all billionaires at this point. You're not going to belittle me and my franchise to help somebody else over what, bro? No, it's not going to happen. It doesn't make sense.
He said Carmelo Anthony with the Nuggets. How did they do first year though? Media impact.
They made. Honestly, I think the biggest impact of that draft was probably Dwayne Wade, bro. They got past the second round with Dwayne Wade. They beat the New Orleans Hornets, and they got past the second round with Dwayne Wade out that draft.
There was a bunch of them.
But I'm saying, we're talking about getting to the chip.
No, he said impact.
That's why
Impact is.
But if we talking about
just say get into the playoffs,
bro, so it's really
Magic.
It's Magic and fucking Tim Duncan. Excuse my language.
Did Tim Duncan win championship first year?
Yeah, he was the first rookie to win Finals MVP.
Jeez. Yeah.
Which he had a hell of a run. He won the high school state title. He won the college national championship.
What, he went to Wake Forest?
Michigan State, bro. I will punch
Tim
you.
Duncan?
No, we're talking about Magic,
bro.
I
thought you talked. Did Tim Duncan go to Wake Forest?
Magic, yeah.
I ain't That's what I'm talking about.
My goodness, bro. Anyways, I was saying Magic. He won the Finals MVP, but he won the state title in Michigan. He won the
high school.
Oh well, yeah. I said high school state title. He won the national championship with MSU, and then he won the NBA's finals and Finals MVP within 4 years.
That's crazy.
Drop a bomb on that. It's probably the greatest 4 years of anybody.
Hands down. So, is the only one probably close is it by Larry Bird, because they was going at it.
Yeah, but I mean he didn't win it the first year.
What college did Larry Bird go to?
He went.
It was Michigan State against Indiana
State. No, that was Isaiah Thomas. I'm sorry. What did Larry Bird go to?
Which college did he go to? I feel like he went to like an Indiana. He went to like a white school or something. Yes. That's what it feels like.
Somebody hung the flag with.
Before Melo, they have not made the playoffs in 5 to 7 years before.
Okay.
So yeah, so my thing.
I would say Melo.
Yeah, I would
say
Impact.
Shaquille O'Neal's.
Yeah,
Shaquille
Impact.
O'Neal.
My thing is Impact, because you got to think, if you're the number one pick, you're going to the worst team in the NBA. So you're going from worst team to playoffs. That's Impact.
I don't think LeBron. I don't think they made to the.
No, they make the playoffs.
So got to take them out of there.
Magic Johnson was the first rookie MVP.
That's what I said.
First year.
Talk to me now. Come on, Bobby. I said it.
With Melo, his first plus years was in the playoffs. Then after 7 years, ship was sinking. What did he say? With Melo, his first 5+ years was in the. That's crazy. If you went from rookie to 5 years straight in the playoffs, you was balling.
Honestly, Melo probably should have got that rookie MVP that season, yo.
Did he share it with like Jason Kidd or?
No, that was Grant Hill. My goodness, bro. You talking about way different. Melo and LeBron came out the same year.
Brian got it. Yeah, because he had a better. Because he had a better year and he had more impact with than LeBron.
Melo got the rookie. He got the rookie of the week all year.
Yeah. I'm saying Melo definitely should have won it over LeBron. Yeah, because he just
Dwayne Wade.
He just had the number and the stats.
Dwayne Wade got and them boys. And
your team made it to the playoffs.
And Dwayne Wade got them boys to the second round. So, but we knew LeBron James was gonna win that over good year, bro. Shout out to LeBron, bro.
All right, we out of here, y'all. Before we get another conversation, we gone.